Alright. I think it's Ramuh time. Yep. Excuse me. Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I have not summoned you were it not... I should have not summoned you were it not urgent. To business, then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Ramuh. I'm sorry, may have? Then it is not certain? The Elder Seatsier informs us that the elementals themselves murmur the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. The Sylphlands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, antecedent, but that fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramuh is... Shoot. My hand slipped. I imagine he would not make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen. Just not this soon. I beg your pardon? You foresaw this eventuality and did not prevent it? I told Papa Limo I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramuh once right after the calamity, but that was because the Garleans came tramping through the forest. And so long as Castramorian stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Eden and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. It is likely that the Sylphs perceived this panicked migration as yet another invasion and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place the Eorzea would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Saturgu, through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict in Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramuh can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. But this time we can... Let us continue this discussion anon. We must first consult with the nation most affected by Ramuh's presence. The Elder Seatsier has requested your personal involvement, Saturgu. Pray report to Commander Hilwa at the Adder's Nest as soon as you are able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will, of course, lend you whatever support you require. So, yeah. Ramuh is the most reasonable of the primals. From what I gathered. Of course, that's also going back to his past incarnations. Hmm. Same can't be said about the other primals. Well, there might be an exception. Not going to completely go into what that exception is just yet, but, you know, it will get there. But yeah. I did not expect us to get to Ramuh so fast. I suppose it couldn't be helped. Sudergu of the Scions, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. However, the elder seats here, however, would speak with you first. She's of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial skills may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Nofika's altar. The conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand. And there they are. It's not too long of a walk. The other Scions have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Yes. And like I said, I'm already level 51, so we're already kind of ahead for Heavensward. I say kind of because... kind of, but not really. Let's hope it's voice acted this time.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest.
There's a great elemental?
Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the Sylphs, too, have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the Primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other Primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for little solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelve's Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
That's ominous. Wonder what it could mean. Really, just that one cutscene and I'm instantly transported back to old Gridania? Huh. But yeah, like she said, Ramuh is the wiser of all the primals. So hopefully we can have a little conversation with him and try and achieve some kind of peace. If not, we're gonna have to kill him. Which may not be fun. Huh? There we go. It lagged for a bit. Yeah. All that buzzing. And there's the Serpent Lieutenant. Sidurgo of the Scions? I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the primal Ramuh himself. An unenviable task, and one that shall be made all the more difficult by the interference of the touched sylphs. With the aid of the Scions and the inhabitants of Little Solace, the Order of the Twin Adder will enter the Sylphlands and do what can be done to clear your path. I shall brief you on the impending operation once you are satisfied with your preparations. Alright. Let's go right to it. Ready, are you? Then allow me to explain the finer details of this foray into the Sylphlands. In order that you might treat with the Lord of Levin, we must first learn where the primal is to be found. Though we are certain Ramuh was summoned somewhere within the territory of the touched sylphs, his precise whereabouts yet elude us, and aimlessly thrashing around in the undergrowth will only lead to unnecessary conflict. We are fortunate then to have the expertise of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn at our disposal. Mistress Ida and her companions will make use of their Charlayan devices to measure recent etheric activity. They assure me that the disturbance caused by the summoning of a primal shall prove a most obvious beacon. But we must not get ahead of ourselves. Your first objective will be to join up with your fellow Scions. Time being of the essence, they have already entered the Sylphlands. Fear not, however. They have a Twin Adder escort and a Sylph guide for help? This one needs help. Uh-oh. The guide. What became of our companions? These ones are ambushed at the border of Touch One's territory. Touch One's tossed a stinging scale bomb, and arrow-shooting ones were left coughing and crying. What of the Scions? Arrow-shooting ones were in the lead, and took the worst of the stinging. Other walking ones scattered this way and that to escape the same fate. Barely 2 steps into Sylphlands and we have already lost our charges. But it will profit us little to go running after them until we know exactly what we're facing. Let's first tend to the scouts and assess the situation. This one has cleansing water for walking ones. Splash it over arrow-shooting ones and rinse away the stinging scales from eyes and nose and mouth. Thanks. I will leave this task in Sidurgo's capable hands. Excuse you? And what are you gonna do? It is hardly an auspicious beginning, but I must ask that you adhere to the plan and rendezvous with your fellow Scions. If you can get the scouts back on their feet, they may be able to point you towards your companions. Oh, and be on your guard. If this operation is to succeed, we can ill afford any further mishaps. Coughing and crying ones are not far. This one will show walking one the way. Huh. Oh, geez, I didn't know it was that far into the Sylphlands. Sheesh. Give me a minute. Yeah, since Sylphs aren't the most physically adept, they kind of resort to tricks and magic. Well, traps and magic, I mean. So can you really blame them? Yeah, kinda. Sorry about that. Hold still. Walking one will soon be there, but not there, just like the wind. Next use magic will render you invisible. Find the touch sylph and surprise him with the stinging scale bomb before the enchantment fades. The invisibility spell will last for 25 seconds. If you run out of time before achieving the objective, return to Maxio and ask him to refresh the enchantment. While the invisibility spell is active, you can extend its duration by touching the sweet-smelling wildflower found along the way. So there's a wildflower somewhere? There it is. Oh, there you are. Oh, come on. Really? Darn thing wore off before I could... Let's get Garuda back. I was not expecting the enchantment to wear... Oh... Okay. Ah, come on. What? Oh. That was annoying. This one knows how exciting the forest can be, but walking one should try not to become distracted. Let this one leave the clever trick once more. Ugh. Wouldn't have had to do that if... At least I know where it is this time. What? Oh, you stupid. Yes, you're getting put away. Can you go back to the wildflower? No. Darn it. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Hold on. Again, sorry about that. What? Hold up, what? What am I doing here? That's where Huh? Anyway, I said I was going to put Garuda away, so she doesn't... Alright. How did that even happen? I was talking to the thing. No. Yeah, it might have been easier to just just follow the path. Now we go this way. And click this. There we go. Oh, this one leaves Smart and... This one leaves Smart and Prickle. But this one was being so careful with the scales. Now I can resummon Garuda. Come on, no! Stupid. Okay, it should be good. Man, it took me a couple tries to get that done. Sheesh. Did Walking One give Touch One a stinging surprise? Hehehe. Touch One will not bother these ones for a time, this one thinks. And coughing and crying ones seem much better. Perhaps arrow shooting ones are ready to talk with Walking One now. You can finally see again. Here it is most appreciated. You are Surturgo of the Scions, yes? And you will doubtless be eager to know what became of your fellows. Yeah? Apparently they ran away. As you are aware, our party fell victim to an ambush. We scouts immediately moved forward to engage the enemy and bid the Scions to take cover. And before we knew what was happening, the air was filled with that stinging, choking dust. The last thing I saw before my vision clouded was Master Papalymo stumbling northeast towards the gold leaf dais. I know not what befell the others. The touch sylphs are certainly alerted to our presence within their territory, and I urge you to locate your companions quickly. Maxio, our guide, will be of the greatest help to you in that endeavor. Meanwhile, my fellow scouts and I will seek to draw the attention of potential ambushers away from you. Their nasty tricks will not find us as such easy prey a second time. Oh wait, I'm by myself now? Okay, the gold leaf dais. And let's put Garuda on steady so she doesn't attack anything. Don't know why I didn't do that before. So, how did I get to the north, to the gold leaf dais? No, stupid! Ugh. Honestly, the Sylphlings are the most annoying area. Not because of all the sylphs out there. Dude, did I just avoid that? And there's Papalymo. And Ida. Enough of this. My feet ache, my back hurts, and I wish to leave these sylphs in peace. Etheric greetings. Why don't you let this fellow take your measure? Oh, huh? What? Dude, what? That's not really Papalymo, is it? Whoa. Now we're getting into some really laggy spots. Sorry, why do you persist? There's no need to take measurements. I can tell you with certainty that Lord Ramuh is nowhere to be found. I have an inkling suspicion that's not actually Papalymo. Where the hell did Garuda go? Something bothering Walking One. Wise ones are not acting as wise ones should. This one is not sure how wise ones should behave, but this one suspects sneaky tricks. Sneaky ones seek to deceive Walking One with skin-changing tricks. Walking One must take these trick-breaking scale bombs and throw them at skin-changing sneaky ones. Although this one does not suggest throwing anything unless Walking One is sure wise ones are not truly wise ones. I know they're not the truth. Though I don't know why Garuda just up and disappeared. She was supposed to be helping me fight that treant. Oh. Haha. Yeah, no, I'm not being the most effective with my spells right now. I don't need to be. Alright, that's the one. Now let's use the one on Ida. Alright. Wasn't really Ida. That takes care of that situation. Now, where are the real Ida and Papalimo? Nice ones were sneaking ones in disguise after all. So this one led walking one into sneaky one's trap. Forgive this one. This one will search some more, and someone's walking one. Does walking one still have trick-breaking scale bombs? This one fears more sneaky ones may be lurking nearby. Ah, come on. Yeah, I think this one has to go all over the Sylphlands. To find the... Oh, come on. Thank you. Thank you. Now you go back onto steady. Excuse you. For some reason, there's a bunch of lag today. I don't really know why. See how well we can avoid these things. Well, this is interesting. So they should be up in the back over there. Well, since Garuda isn't attacking, she won't withdraw. Isn't in an attacking stance, I guess. No. No. Oh, there's Ida. Sidergu, it's you. I was worried you wouldn't find us. Seeing as you have, though, do you think you could give me a hand? Thancred's being a bit difficult. You keep telling him we should be taking readings, but he refuses to move. Because it's not really Thancred, is it? Aha! Now what? How did that violet storm... Oh, well. I'll just take it out anyway. Oh, Garuda's not attacking because, of course. Where the hell are you? I hate this thing. That's why I was having such trouble with that treant. Garuda was going off fighting something else. They really need to fix the pet AI. She was probably going after that Sylph Bonnet that tried to attack us. Okay, it's the real Ida. Nice. What did you do that for? Okay, so that's the real Ida. Thancred turned into a Sylph? No, wait. You're telling me that was the Sylph all along? I can't believe I fell for that. I'd heard about the shape-shifting trick, but that sprite was just so convincing. I wonder where the real Thancred has disappeared to. I wonder too. I may not know where Thancred is, but I've got a pretty good idea where Papalymo and Y'shtola will be. They were here with me just now. Y'shtola suggested we split up to cover more ground and took Papalymo with her. Oh no, do you think one of them might have been a self in disguise as well? We should probably be after them, just in case. Come on, they were heading somewhere to the south. Headed somewhere to the south. Okay, let's put you back on steady. Because you like to make trouble for yourself. And where am I going now? Oh, quit. This way. There they are. Let's take the long way around. Oh. I think the 12. You found us at last. Wait, I see Ida, but where's... more imposters. Do not attempt to see me, Sylph. I see what you are. But if by some faint chance you truly are my good friend Sedergu, mayhap you will consult Maxio over there, if Maxio truly is, on the subject of how to dispel these infernal sylvan enchantments. Oh boy, there's 2 Y'shtolas. This one suggests hitting 3 wise ones with 1 stone. If wise ones suspect walking one is actually a skin-changing one, walking one is not likely to get a second opportunity to throw a scale bomb in wise one's presence. So walking one must aim carefully so that all wise ones are caught in the same scale bomb's boom. Where did you come from? Okay. Was that really necessary? Look, that one's the sylph. Oh. This one's trick has failed, but walking ones have not won yet. Sure. But where's Thancred? This one will not allow walking ones to pass. Come any closer and this one's friends will be angry. So the real little rascal means to stand his ground, does he? How very courageous. Would you do the honors, Sedergu? Greetings, I see you all found each other. You seem members of the might overzealous in my attempts to evade our sylvan ambushers. I was a mile away by the time I realized I was alone. But are you the real Thancred? Ooh, suspicions. Is all I miss? Do I have something on my face? Reasonably convincing. Whoops. But one cannot be too careful. Remind me, Thancred, what was the reason for our little excursion into the Sylphlands? Did you take a tumble and bump your head, old friend? We're here to locate the site of the summoning ritual so that Sedergu might parley with Lord Ramuh. Too easy. Aha! Why don't you tell us what you think of Flamine? Ooh. Truly, you heard me speak of the songstress of Ul'dah. As you will, she was as an exquisite rose that withers not with the passing of years. Charming as ever. I dare say you are perpetually beset upon all sides by swooning beauties. Please, Y'shtola, I did not seek to make them swoon. Poetry rises unbidden to my lips when I behold a maiden's fair countenance. It's the course of my menstrual blood. What? I think that's the real Thancred. Enough of this. If this is not the real Thancred, then I believe we have found a suitable replacement. Indeed. Well, that seems like quite enough entertainment for one day. Tis past time we return to the task at hand. Sidurgu, would you mind approaching our touch friend? If not very much mistaken, his decision to stand his ground stems from something more than mere bravery. Yeah, he's probably up to something. So let's go and... I had to go... Oh boy. I took care of this thing first. Okay, what? Alright. It said wild hog for a second. Let's get him with some statuses. Or dots, for that matter. Then peg him with some fester. Oh. Alright. No, I didn't want to use fester. There we go. The blocking one is too strong. This one surrenders. This one is sorry for playing tricks on wise ones. The great and powerful one, Lord Ramuh, is not here. So there's no need for wise ones to go any further. No need at all. Wise ones definitely must not go any further. This one would not want wise ones to get lost. So that is the way to Ramuh. Thank you for telling us that. Stupid. We overheard your exchange with our tormentor. His clumsy attempt at deceit will almost be endearing if time were not of the essence. Happily, I managed to take a reading of the surrounding area while you had his attention, as I suspected the sight of Lord Ramuh. Oh, come on! Must you get in the way? Seriously, can't they? I had to be here while a fate was around. Blah blah blah. Leaven an impression. Haha, I see what they did there. My measurements indicated large ethereal disturbance to the southeast. Thanks to the antics of the sylphs, we've been dragged to every corner of the sylphlands. But none of our readings returned a result of this magnitude. There can only be one conclusion. Well, the only one at all. Ramuh was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetheryte. I suggest we proceed thither with all haste, after bidding Maxio here bond farewell, of course. Should our trusty guide come too close to his deity, there is the distinct possibility he will fall under the Primal's influence. Come, Sidurgu, the Lord of Eleven awaits. Okay, so Maxio just goes and leaves anyway. And I gotta click on obey when I want Garuda to attack the enemy I'm targeting. Huh. Took a while to get out. Cutscene. Yay. Oh. Hi. Hello. Aw. Run away. Hmm.
Nora betrays thee, servant of Hyden.
Well, hello. Mega beard.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
Yep, that's me.
I am Ramuh, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
And I love how I don't talk.
Danians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest not for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just.
Is it?
Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflict hath brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man.
Oh, really?
Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Hmm?
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee.
Oh?
Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
Whoa.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady.
Oh?
I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Yeah, sure. Makes no difference to me. I guess. The striking tree now accessible. Oh, come on, stop it! No! Really? Okay. And since I'm in hostile territory, I can't really change without there being a thing. But yeah, we are challenged by Ramuh to a battle, I guess. Which means we have to beat him in said battle. Doesn't sound like too much of a problem. I guess. But no, it's actually a really simple fight. Take him down, stay out of his attack's range, and kill the minions he summons. And that's about it. Of course, I don't really know how long this is going to take. Hopefully I don't get bombarded by another sylph. Of course, he is the primal of lightning. Might be a little bit of a hurdy situation if I don't... Well, no, that's not true. I should be fine. As long as it, you know, loads fast enough. Or, you know, the queue time finishes up. This is what I hate about trials and stuff like that. It takes forever. Oh, there it is. See? Well, it doesn't take forever if you're a healer. Which is why I should make... Well... Should I have Scholar part of the main series too? I don't know. Well, it doesn't really seem to pertain much to the main story, so I guess not. Oh well. That introduction music. That music, you know what I mean, that intro. Whoa. This is a very mellow boss track. I guess it kind of fits with Ramuh, doesn't it? Oh. Ah, nope. Whoa. Oh, he does have. Oh, whoa. I wasn't sure if he had eye for an eye on him. The tank. Alright. Come on. No one's picking up his orbs yet, are they? We're gonna need those for the second phase. Why am I always getting targeted by thunderstorm? Oh, there's the ad phase. Good. Is that Dark Knight taking damage? Yeah, he is. Wait, are both him and the Paladin taking that one? Alright. If we didn't kill those ads in time, this attack would have killed us. But now it didn't really do all that much damage. Wow. Where's the... okay. Yeah, you also gotta use... oh, crap, okay. What? Oh. Oops. Did I lag? I feel like I lagged. Well, you only need 3 orbs to neutralize that tether. So I guess it's not that much of a problem. And he summons another Arbiter. Wait, why are they attacking the Arbiter? They can just kill Ramuh. What the heck's going on here? Doesn't make sense. Well. Dude! Okay, there you go. Huh. And yeah. What was that paladin doing? Huh. And he's dead. And defeated. Now let's go. Alright. We got a commendation. Commendation. You heard what I said, right? Good.
I have taken thy measure, bringer of light.
Oh, hey. Have you? That outfit kind of works for this arena.
And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine.
How am I supposed to do that?
Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Hey, that rhymed.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Assyrians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Cool. No, and I thought we were being watched. Oh. Oh, sorry. Don't turn around. Please don't turn around. Please don't turn around. Phew. That wouldn't have been fun. But yeah, that's... That's practically Ramuh in a nutshell. So let's head back to Little Solace. And go and talk to the Serpent Lieutenant. Because he's going to have something to say to us. So Durgu, you have returned. Dare I ask how Ramuh received your visit? Ramuh received your visit. He tried to zap me. He challenged you to a test of arms. It is well then that you have some experience in such matters. The peoples of both Gridania and Little Solace will be relieved to hear that the Lord of Levin has accepted you as the forest's champion of peace. You performed a monumental duty this day, Sadirgu. The Elder Seatseer will be informed of your deeds at once. Cool. Excuse me, The Elder Seatseer will wish to hear of your experiences firsthand. Pray return to Gridania and make directly for the Lotus Stand. The conjurer at Nofika's altar will be expecting you. Fare you well, Sadirgu. So I gotta walk back to Gridania. But this is why I like Ramuh. He has a reason to fight you. Not just because, oh, you're standing in the way. You know, he wants to see if you're capable of the things you need to do later on. The things you... Did I say the things you need to do? I think I did. That wasn't supposed to happen. Ah, sorry. Conjurer's Guild. I think the video tomorrow might be a short one. Not exactly short, because there was a bit more that bleeds into the next... That kind of bleeds into the next, Welcome back, Honored Scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The elder seats here awaits you within. Because there's a bit more after this, because this is actually the middle part of 2.3's quest line. I thought this was going to be more towards the end. I was wrong. But you know, stuff happens. Is it going to be voice acted this time?
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this.
That I'm alive? Yeah, me too.
I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees.
Yeah, Cartano is actually like the big, massive PvP arena.
Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off.
Yeah, Ishgard hasn't even like joined the Alliance again.
On behalf of the people of Gridania and the Elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow Scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
And now she's by herself.
Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Sudergu? I'd hoped Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which you responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. It seems that Urianger, too, was pleased with the outcome. See you, Sudergu. Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Yes, let's go do that. Because this will be the end of the video. Because I'm not going back into because I'm not finishing up 2.3 today. Nope, that'll just take way too long. Excuse me. But it does. There has been a bunch of stuff that's been pointed out because people aren't perfect. They really aren't, and you can't really fault them for. You can't really blame them for their imperfections. You gotta. You gotta learn to work with that and try and move forward. Kind of makes you wonder about things. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at stuff like that. I mean, can't really continue as a person until you actually accept the things you're not good with, I guess. Which is kind of why I constantly say how bad I am at reading stuff and other things. I'm not claiming to be the best summoner. I actually haven't had a lot of practice with the job since I mostly did Scholar, which I'm more adept at. Welcome back, Sadirgu. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramuh precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Urianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Leven, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascian's immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observations together. Okay. I like these cutscene quests because they just offer story and you don't really have to do much.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence.
Skein?
In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Leven's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Oh?
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
That might be a good idea. Oh?
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
Ah, reincarnation.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape.
Uh-huh.
Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Interesting.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Uh-huh.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them.
So they're beings of the void?
The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
Nope.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
We could defeat them.
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
Cool.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian.
Oh.
Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
Okay.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
So yeah, I just wanted to include that a little bit because it does has something to do with Ramuh, and apparently we're having something else with the Ascians. The Lord of Levin is returned to the Ether, as was Leviathan before him. Ramuh's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Warland, Levin. All have now been humbled by the Bringer of Light. The limitless potential of man, Heidelin's servant grows mightier by the day. Yet he prospers at great cost to his mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wane. When? I don't know. Yet even as it innovates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. And that is the task to which we bend our every effort. Ooh. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hands shall a new deity arise. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. Is that the statue for Zodiark? Well then. Oh. Okay. And I guess that's the end of it. So. What's that? Oh. Okay. Magic. Glass material. Anyway, that'll be it for this video. You know the drill by now, so I will see you in the next video. Next episode. Something. There's gonna be another one soon, so later.